We have been talking about technology, estate planning, growth. We have been talking about the platforms like NSE or Centricity. Now the next is very important again, fixed income securities through technology. And it is presented by Mr. Moulik Patel, Chief Business Officer, Yubi. Yubi Invest is one of the largest fixed income platforms in India. So a warm welcome to Mr. Moulik Patel, and thank you so much for being part of this event. We have also organized sessions on fixed income securities. Any one of you attended our session on fixed income securities, which was conducted online? Anyone present here had attended the session? We had done a 3 hours workshop online through webinar. It was sponsored by Yubi only, and we talked about fixed income technology in that. None of you have attended it? There are few, okay. So it shows that there is a bigger pie. Thank you, okay. Okay. So when we say the opportunity is there, everywhere it shows numbers that opportunity is there.
Good afternoon, friends. I know last part of the session, you guys have been taking a lot. I'm going to give you something which is very, very different to what we discussed, fixed income. A lot of you guys have come to our stall asking how, what, why. And some of the answers are here. Happy to take later also if something I miss. This is just a slide of what Yubi is. I know Bangalore city, Yubi has some other connotations. This is nothing related to that. For us, Yubi is ubiquitous, being everywhere. We are a unified credit platform. To make it simple, we are a debt marketplace which helps clients raise debt capital in any form it could be. For you, what makes more sense would be fixed income instruments like bonds, CPs, and perpetual debts and stuff like that. However, we are into other places as well. We have a very, very deep association with banks like SBI, HDFC, Axis, ICICI, and the list goes on, mutual funds, where we help through our technology platform. They raise new assets. It could be in form of an MSME, large corporate, and stuff like that. So that's why we are a debt platform from that angle. Our journey has been short with 2.5 years. We've dealt with about 1 lakh crore of credit facilities, of which thing which is very, very important for you guys, it would be that 30% has been in form of fixed income. So that's the velocity of fixed income which has gone into retail. For us, retail is nothing but HNI, family offices, corporate treasuries. And by the way, we don't have offices which actually compete with going to direct clients. So we work only with advisors like you, because our belief is that such products cannot be standardized. They are custom made from each client's requirement of what credit absorption they can take and what kind of returns we can match. We have 25 plus credit facilities. This goes from a plain vanilla term loan, working capital, bonds, CPs, co-lending, securitization, and so on and so forth. Today, our platform powers about 1 lakh transactions a day, of which bonds would be about 500 to 1,000. The higher number comes from retail platform like co-lending. Jumping into our topic, which is more relevant for you and me, why is fixed income? So we believe, and we have already seen traction where fixed income revolution is there, very much there, started. Climate is very, very suitable for our country. If you go back, I feel debt, fixed income, bonds was never there, especially for non-institutions. We saw a lot of bonds happening, but typically a mutual fund or a bank treasury would do bonds. I think this market has now turned to individuals, retail, family offices, HNIs. We've got a lot of diversification which has come into place. We've got options available, and a lot of guys asked me that this has so much of risk. Everyone has seen DHFL, money going bad, and I'm not taking away that it will not happen. It will happen definitely. In developed nations like US also you see that. I think the biggest mindset as a change which we need to build in is we need to understand the credit, understand client's requirement, and then advise. This is not, by the way, fixed deposits are also with some risk, and we've seen enough cooperative banks going bad. So, but if you can evaluate, if you are informed enough, you can take right calls, which will give right returns and alpha for what a fixed deposit would do. And we provide that options in terms of varied from high credit, high yield, shorter duration, longer duration, and so on and so forth. And we'll take you through in terms of how those options are available with you guys. Tax regime, this is talk of the town. You guys all have seen what has happened in March. The tax structure, tax advantage for a debt mutual fund has been taken away, which means that today buying a bond is very equivalent to you buying a debt mutual fund from a tax angle. Earlier, obviously, there was an advantage for a debt mutual fund. If you could hold it for a longer period of time, there was a tax advantage. Since that has been taken over, it's a level playing field for all instruments now. I think one big change which we've seen is regulator. They are very much keen to build this market. Last 8-9 months, it's very, very surprising, but the number of regulations, number of clarification, number of hours a regulator is spending on this product, this platform approach is crazy. In fact, on a lighter note, we've gone back to SEBI and said, hold on, slow down. We are not able to cope up with the changes you are requesting us to make. It's also because they want to develop this. They want to make it very, very transparent, trustworthy, and most importantly, something which retail investors can consume. I'll not take you guys currently in terms of the regulations they've got into, but as ma'am was mentioning, we have regular sessions, and I'll along with AFM will also conduct one more, where we actually educate our partners in terms of these regulation changes, which you onwards can go and tell your clients why you should buy a bond, what has come in. To give you some example, today the amount of disclosure in a bond is 80-90% closer to an equity IPO. So that's the kind of bridge which regulator has got in, and that's more from the data, the information which has to come down to investors, which earlier in a bond it was not there. And this is just one topic. There are a host of stuff. By the way, the biggest change which I saw is that today a face value of a bond has been reduced to 1 lakh, which means this is there from a retail angle for all of you to give it to your clients. Which type of paper and what to pick up is a separate topic, but at least as an option, that is very much available, and 1 lakh ticket size really helps in terms of real distribution. We feel we are leading this today. As I said, to give you guys some numbers, last year we closed about 14,000 crores of bond distribution through retail market. We today deal with 60 national distributors, you name it, from Axis Well to HDFC to Julius Baer to IFL. Any national distributor, we have a tie-up with a minimum or a band of wallet share in fixed income from 40 to 60%. What we've realized in 2 years is our real growth and real penetration will come through people like you, which are regional distributors who have a real penetration to retail come middle class investors. These HNIs, UHNIs are mostly in tied up with these national players, and that's why we are looking at growing partnership with people like you in terms of our penetration. For us this business is very, very serious, and for that to make it good, we've already regulated through SEBI. We've taken all required licenses, from a merchant license to a broking license to an online bond platform license. So whatever we do is under SEBI's guidelines. There are regular audits, there are regular monitoring stuff which happens through us. So that way we are very, very serious. We've infused about 400 crores of capital into this business, which also gives some kind of seriousness in terms of what we are doing. We're not here to sell one product and move on. We are more here to make it a long-term and a recurring business model for us. And I'm sure that is more related to you guys also. As a sell product, what we really believe into is walking through the whole journey of one bond. What do I mean with that is, if we are looking at selling a 2-year bond, the idea is not only to sell that to you at that point of time. From a monitoring perspective, every quarter, from a data, from an outcome, from a credit viewpoint of view, that's what is available on our platform for you to consume and also actually to pass on to your investor wherever is required. In difficult times, and that has happened, I'm not taking away that. In difficult times, we've also stood with investors where we've got management, got webinars with partners, with end investors. It's an open webinar, very similar to an investor webinar where we take download from management, make modifications in our bonds, and so the journey is still maturity. What I'm trying to say is, and this helps in terms of building trust, because this business we strongly believe is business of trust. Range. So we want to be a true marketplace. What do I mean by that? We provide a AAA high rated product to, let's say, an unlisted, unrated product. Obviously, we don't give something which we don't believe in. We also have our own balance sheet, so most of the products which we will give you come from we taking it from primary and then selling it to you. So there is a credit credit opinion on that, but we believe that there are some clients who have their own taste and credit appetite. So someone who is, let's say, a retired guy, the best solution for him would be a AAA short duration kind of a paper which has a fixed yield and no credit risk at all. But there is a young Gen Z who's okay to take a unrated short duration, medium duration with high yield. It's very similar to equity, but he does not want an equity flavor. And to our surprise, we've sold that kind of product. It's very region specific also. To give you guys an example, there's a electric taxi operator, recently large name in Delhi, and it's a startup that ways because it's a 4-year-old entity, and we've distributed those bonds which are 13-15 months with through distributors, through partners. So that's one side of it. Obviously, we've done Piramals of the world and Tatas of the world, which is like on the other side. So from a marketplace, from a depth and from a range perspective, we are there from everywhere. We are also there from a all duration point of view. So we provide you something like a 3-6 month product. We also provide you today a 5-10 year. In between, we were just providing 3-4 years because our view on market was that it was a rising rate scenario. But now we have seen it is mostly peaking out. We are also providing 5-10 years kind of product. Some proofs to what our business has been carried over to till date. We've about 1,000 plus partners, as I said, national partners, regional partners, and now local partners. So that number has crossed beyond 1,000. From a number perspective, which I just said, we've done last 2 years cumulative about more than 30,000 crores of bond distribution through our platform. So we call our platform as Yubi Invest. This is the both sides of spectrum. We are here both from a seller as well as buyer perspective. We also do secondary, by the way. From a platform perspective, that as a module enabler should come in next 2 months, where you or your investors can also sell that on platform. So that is very much coming. But from a selling point of view, from a seller and a buyer point of view, these are real value adds for them what we provide, and we've seen a lot of guys seeing value in terms of, let's say, a price discovery, a market access for a seller, end-to-end execution support. So by the way, we've already got integrated with BSE today, a trade which 100 or 99.9% of all our trades are through BSE or NSE from an exchange settlement point of view. We don't take any settlement risk. It's very similar to what you guys would be doing from an equity point of view. So there's no settlement risk. But from an end-to-end execution support point of view, debt market is 5 years, not more, if behind what equity market is. Today, 50 or 60% of demat transfers in this country for bonds happen manually. Yeah, it's very amazing numbers, but if you want to sell a bond, there are 50-60% of guys who will have to go to their bank, transfer that through a slip, and it's a tedious process. We've already digitized that, and over a computer 5-click step, you can sell it now today. Obviously, we'll need some support from your DP partner, but that's very much there, and we are looking at closing it fully digitized maybe in next 6 to 9 months. From a buyer perspective, from a deal discovery to high-speed execution, portfolio management is very, very important. By the way, when I say portfolio management, it is two sides. One is for you to maintain what all is being bought by you for your investors, broken into your investors with timelines. You can also monitor when what is getting matured so that you can plan a reinvestment and stuff like that. It's also from a credit perspective of how much and where the investment lies. In the interest of time, I would like to give you a short demo of our product. Obviously, if you guys are interested, we have a stall and register yourself. We'll give you a half-an-hour demo of what we have built, but a short one. I have my colleague who's built this from end to end. Navendu takes care of our product and tech. Navendu.
Sure, thanks Maulik. So primarily, folks, the platform is built on 4 key values, right, that we want to provide to our partners, right. First, it's simple, right? That was the first value, which means from onboarding to evaluation to execution to your portfolio, everything is very seamless on the platform, right? That's the first value. Second, as Maulik was also saying, integrated, right? We have just gone live with BSE's RFQ platform, which is a clearinghouse for BSE. So we are connected with BSE. We are doing it in an integrated approach. Third is compliant, right? Maulik was also talking about recent, compliance rules by SEBI around online bonds platform. We are fully compliant with the rules that SEBI had laid out. And then fourth one is customized. Now, what do I mean by customized is primarily this particular platform is built for partners like you, right? Who can look at what are the investment options for your own clients, evaluate, not just evaluate, also evaluate how much money can you make through each of these particular securities through the platform, right? So everything is built keeping our partners into consideration. So these are 4 main pillars on which we have built this particular platform. I'll just show you a glimpse of the platform. So this is Yubi Invest. Once you get onboarded on the platform, and today we are happy to help you get onboarded through our stall. So you can see all these particular securities which are available on the platform. You can filter basis ratings, tenors, all of that you can look at. You can look at one of the maturity, all of that. You can go to one of these particular securities, look at details around these particular securities in terms of maturity, coupons, what are the risk details, details of the issuer, and the one I was talking about, you can also calculate the fees that you can make using this particular security. Once you decide that this is a security your investor might be interested in, you can make an offer on the platform, which means you make an offer, seller can accept your offer, and then you can create a deal and submit it for a trade execution. As we were talking about, we are fully integrated with BSE. Once you submit your trade, submit a particular trade date, through APIs, those particular trades will be submitted to BSE. Once you transfer the amount, you can also track where each of your orders are, whether they are in execution state, they are in settled state, or they are still in the progress state, right? So all of it you can track through this particular platform, right? We have gone live this 6 months back. We have gotten great response from our partners. One of the key reasons we are also showing this particular platform is to get more feedback from partners like you, right? So that we can further build on top of it, and this platform can be used by you also as our partners, right? So we are here. If you have more questions around the platform, you want to get onboarded, we are here. So happy to help you get more details around the platform.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moulik, for taking us through the platform. I'm sure this is a great platform for people who are looking forward to diversify their clients' portfolio. A big round of applause for the speakers from Yubi.